Have you ever looked at the timeline of human history and felt like something was missing? We chart our past as a neat, linear progression from stone tools to agriculture, from ancient empires to the digital age. But what if that line isn't as straight as we think? What if it's broken, with entire chapters torn out? Scattered throughout our history are mysterious gaps, periods where the record goes silent, where thriving civilizations seem to vanish into thin air, and where progress appears to not just stop, but go into reverse. These are the lost epochs, the blank pages of our story that no one can fully explain. Think about it. We see incredible feats of engineering like the pyramids, then centuries later, society seemed to struggle with basic construction. We find evidence of advanced astronomical knowledge in ancient cultures, only for that wisdom to disappear, forcing later generations to rediscover it all over again. Why? Where did that knowledge go? These aren't just small, isolated incidents. We're talking about vast stretches of time, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of years, where the archaeological trail goes cold. It's like watching a movie where a crucial scene has been cut, leaving you to guess what happened. One of the most famous examples is the Late Bronze Age collapse around 1200 BCE. Across the eastern Mediterranean, powerful and interconnected empires, the Mycenaeans in Greece, the Hittites in Anatolia, parts of the New Kingdom in Egypt, all crumbled within a few decades of each other. Great cities were abandoned, trade routes were severed, and writing systems were forgotten. It was a societal collapse so complete that it plunged the entire region into a dark age that lasted for centuries. Historians have theories, of course: invasions by mysterious sea peoples, widespread drought, earthquakes, or a perfect storm of all of them. But the truth is, we don't know for sure. How could so many advanced societies fall so quickly and so completely? What happened to the millions of people who lived in these once mighty kingdoms? The record is hauntingly silent. And it's not just the Bronze Age. Let's travel to the Americas. The classic Maya civilization, known for its stunning pyramids, complex calendar, and sophisticated writing, experienced a similar decline around 900 AD. Major city-states in the southern lowlands, which had been bustling centers of culture and power for centuries, were rapidly depopulated. The jungle reclaimed massive stone temples and palaces again. We have theories: warfare, environmental degradation, prolonged drought, but no single explanation fits perfectly. It's a profound mystery. They didn't just move away, an entire way of life, a complex social and political structure, simply dissolved. What knowledge, what stories, what perspectives were lost when those cities fell silent? These gaps aren't just about civilizations collapsing. Sometimes it's about the sudden appearance of knowledge that seems out of place. Take the Antikythera mechanism, a mind-bogglingly complex astronomical calculator discovered in an ancient Greek shipwreck, dating back to the 2nd century BCE. Its system of interlocking bronze gears is more sophisticated than anything we see again. For over 1,000 years, it predicts eclipses and celestial positions with astonishing accuracy. Who built this? What school of engineering produced it? We have no other artifacts like it from that period. It's like finding a smartphone in a medieval castle. It suggests a level of technological understanding that has otherwise been completely lost to history. Was it a one-of-a-kind genius invention? Or is it the sole surviving remnant of a technological tradition we know nothing about? This pattern repeats across the globe. The Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's first great urban cultures, flourished for a millennium. They had meticulously planned cities, advanced sanitation systems, and a system of writing we still can't decipher. Then, around 1900 BCE, they began to decline, and their cities were abandoned. We don't know why, and we can't read what they wrote. Their entire history, their beliefs, their literature, it's all locked behind a script we can't crack. An entire chapter of human history, featuring millions of people, is a complete blank. Even in more recent history, we find these strange silences. The period in European history following the fall of the Roman Empire is often called the Dark Ages, not because people were unintelligent, but because the written and archaeological records become so sparse. We know great migrations happened, new kingdoms were forged, but the fine-grained detail of daily life, of technological change, of cultural evolution, it gets fuzzy. Large-scale construction techniques used by the Romans were lost. Trade networks shrank. It was a time of immense upheaval and transformation, but much of it happened in the shadows of the historical record. So what do these lost epochs tell us? First, they're a humbling reminder that history is not a neat and tidy story. It's a messy, chaotic process, and what we know is just the tiny fraction that survived. The past is fragile. Records can be destroyed by fire or flood. Languages can be forgotten. Civilizations can make one wrong turn and vanish. Erosion, decay, and simple bad luck have likely erased more of our story than we will ever recover. But do these gaps point to something more? Some researchers speculate about lost ancient knowledge, traditions passed down orally that never made it into writing. Others wonder about the role of cataclysmic natural disasters, supervolcanoes, asteroid impacts, or sudden climate shifts that could have literally reset civilization in certain regions, forcing survivors to start over from scratch. These ideas are often on the fringe, but the gaps in the record are real. They create a space where we're forced to ask uncomfortable questions. Is our current understanding of the past too simple? Did ancient people know things that we've forgotten? The Lost Epochs challenge the very idea of continuous progress. They show us that history can move backward as well as forward, that knowledge can be lost just as easily as it is gained. We see ourselves as the pinnacle of a long, unbroken chain of development, but maybe we're just one of several peaks, separated by deep valleys of forgotten time. Perhaps we are not the first global, interconnected civilization. Perhaps others existed, only to be wiped from the ledger of history by time or disaster. This isn't about promoting wild conspiracy theories. It's about embracing the profound mystery at the heart of our own story. It's about acknowledging that the past is a foreign country, and large parts of its map are still blank. These missing chapters are an invitation to keep digging, to keep questioning, and to remain humble in the face of all that we don't know. The human story is far from finished, and its most exciting secrets might still be buried, waiting for us to find them. The search for what's been lost is, in itself, a crucial part of our own journey forward. Thanks for watching. If you find these historical mysteries as fascinating as I do, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next dive into the unknown.